So we are, ironically, I was driving and I drove by Balboa and Parthenia. Okay, this is significant. This property here is owned by my mother. Okay, so Arnold Silber and my mother got this property. Now I want to sort of iterate. I'm supposed to be focused on the mental illness card tactics here, but this is important. Okay, pairs of twos or threes here. Okay, so my mother is leasing or renting or whatever Planet Fitness. This used to be a Rite. Interesting that the people trying to force me on a medication by a plan of people bashing my skull in and killing me owned a Rite property. Okay, we have pairs of twos here. But I'm more focused backwards. And then we have pairs of twos over here. Okay. But I'm more focused on this. Plush billiards. What are the chances? Now, there aren't a lot of pool halls. There aren't a lot of pool halls out there that are real pool halls with full-size tables meant for serious pool players. And what are the chances my mother buys a property adjoining a pool hall from a child that's being hunted at pool halls worldwide, and it's a crime to play pool because pool is shady, and I watched the movie The Hustler, and you're putting yourself in positions to destroy your life because, well, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. However, let's get to the frame job and illegal police operations from the property area here that my mother owns. So Arnold used to say, Kevin, can you come out here and take photos? This was around the 2017 arrests, I believe. Can you come out here and take, it might have been earlier, let me think, photos of the property so I can see what it looks like from Vancouver. Okay, now we have the death threats from Officer Toro. If you ever take a picture of a person, I'll exercise the law in my own way. And we have the death threats from Jason's friend in Colorado, Mike Wexler. Let's go on a road trip, but you're not allowed to take pictures of people, which at the time I didn't really understand were death threats. I was like, what's he babbling? Why is he even babbling stupid shit? And so my family owns, my mother owns, or Arnold, my mother, whatever. I'll just note the three whites that are probably, but not sure, something. And the manipulations, can you come out here and take photos of the death threats with my family paying off the police? If you ever take a picture of a person, I'll exercise the law in my own way. Link to Arnold Silber, Anita Perlman, and worldwide groups. And okay, pairs of threes right there backwards. I might have already gotten that. And this is a small parking lot. Now, ironically, I don't know if it's still here. Let's check. This used to be where Securitas AB Security, which if you go into any of the courthouses, that's where Securitas AB is. Security company, who were stalking me aggressively after the 2017 arrests. Okay, and throwing me in jail for the crime of having an opinion about their worldwide murder operations. Okay, so if you go into a courthouse, you will probably see Securitas AB security there, and these are no coincidences. They are staged psychological terror and mental illness operations and methods to try to invoke anger and get reactions, everything, as setup operations. Pairs of twos backwards. I don't know if this is still Securitas AB, whichever building it was. And then I want to note here the pairs of twos in reds and sort of a clumping of reds, but the pairs of twos in reds showing what I'm getting in every parking lot worldwide in place directed at me. Okay, so is this still Securitas AB by the building the property my mother owns, which is now Planet Fitness. And remember, I'm also not allowed any gym worldwide because Rody Morales told to try to, my family paying off with LAPD, to try to plant a trash bag of marijuana in my house in 2001 before marijuana was legalized in California, to try to set me up for possession, to try to make me look like a drug dealer. In their anger for working on cars, building cars, and playing pool tournaments and things like that. So I was driving towards Ventura Boulevard. I saw the property here and I said, you know what, this would make a good narration in flight, explaining some of the countless daily 50-year situations. Okay, most importantly, that Arnold Silber's manipulations come out here every weekend to document, or every week to document my property, working with the police and death threats. If you ever take a picture of a person, I'll exercise the law in my own way. These are important questions of why they're doing this. And I can assure you it's not about mental illness, because that's the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard. Okay, I'm gonna have to drive up to the building and see if it's still Securitas AB. I doubt it. Doesn't look like it probably is. Let's sort of, before the battery drains, look around the local area. We do have a grouping of 3 whites here that could or could not be. And then it looks like we probably have a second grouping of 3 whites over here. And there's not much. Let's see, where should I? I believe some white groupings here on the side of the road that are very subtle. I can see 2 whites on the right on the side of the road coming up. And then we're going to sort of come to another parking lot, which is going to be riddled with 100 million things directed at me. Example, right here, pairs of 2s backwards, and then another 3s backwards, and then 2 whites here on the side of the road on, I think that's Balboa. And we don't have too much battery left. Okay, no. Okay, time to turn around. Okay, so I don't really have enough battery left to go through. You can see some of the groupings here, by the way, of how the whites are sort of clumping together pairs of 2s, whether they're forwards or backwards. Oh shit, we're really low on battery. Okay, so most importantly, what are the chances of my family purchasing a property adjoining a pool hall? And I'm not talking some cheesy bar pool hall. I'm talking a real pool hall. which their child plays pool tournaments, and to keep tabs. Example, how do we keep tabs and spy on our child and have people befriend him and try to set him up and push him out of control and do what's been done to me daily since 5 years old, correct? To lock me away.